Last time on Trials of Mana.
Alright, quit posing. Cross the damn bridge already.
I know they're like, quick, we're in a hurry. Wait. So much, like, I didn't think that he spoke, and then he started, like, talking, and I'm like, oh, no.
Episode 8, The Hunt for the Nitromyte. And so, my friends, we've returned to Trials of Mana. Alright, and we've uncovered Dwarf Valley. So let's go see some dwarves.
I remember really liking this area.
Hi-ho!
I know. Hi-ho, hi-ho. It's off to work we go.
Yep, that's right.
Hi-ho, hi-ho, hi-ho.
So in Sword of Mana, dwarves are like little hairballs with little tails and
No.
stuff. They look like baby lions in a way because they're like their body
That's
is their
cute.
beard, and
I
then they
love
just
it.
have like a little face above that.
I love that dwarves are just like a beard with limbs.
Yeah.
Just in every single story, they always have like a beard with limbs. And then you have
Come on,
Snow
let's
White,
buy some Nitromyte.
where half of them don't have beards.
Yes. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you're right. Like they're either shaved or they're just like
Yeah.
clean, but like.
Well, because that's the thing, like Snow White makes them clean themselves.
Yes, that is correct. But I don't think she makes them shave.
No, because I think like the main one that I can recall that doesn't have a beard is Goofy,
Dopey.
Dopey.
Nope, I wasn't a dwarf. Sorry.
Whoopsie! I could just picture him like, how'd I get here?
Happy, I think, also doesn't have a beard.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, because Dopey is the main one that has colored eyes.
Oh, okay.
And then Grumpy is the only one that doesn't have irises.
Okay.
The rest of them have like brown eyes, and then Dopey has like these big blue eyes.
Okay.
And then Grumpy just doesn't have irises, he just has pupils.
Grumpy, once again, is one of those characters that, like, as a kid, it's just like, who would want to be Grumpy? Then you watch it, it's just like, oh god, I'm Grumpy.
Yeah. I feel like I grew up to be more like Doc. Or I'm just like, hey, don't do that. Alright, we can do that.
Doc would just say things wrong, and he'd be like, what was I saying?
Yeah.
He'd be like, dapple umplings, apple dumplings, what was
Well,
I saying?
Well, what did I say at your parents' house? I just couldn't get it right. For the Funko Pops.
Yeah, Punko Fops or something.
Like, I just couldn't get it right.
like
And I was
the
like, it
Funko
doesn't
Pops.
sound right.
And I'm just like, hang on, guys, she's having a stroke. Careful now.
Do you smell toast? Is there toast?
Nice.
Alright, so the dwarves have their own shops. We're gonna stock up before we head deep into Gem Valley. We're gonna get ourselves some Nitromyte.
I really like these dwarves.
I like their voices. Oh, well, for a little traveler. Hey there, traveler.
Well, I just even like that
The
they're
old prospector voice.
like, by gum.
But you like...
Come, flop it. I just like their aesthetic because
Okay.
it's like so often, most of the time, dwarves work as like miners or underground, and
Yeah.
like they're always super pale and like not dirty. And I'm like, these ones, their little faces are all dirty and like they are suited up as though they are going in the mines.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that it's accurate for how inaccurate they are as like creatures.
Yeah.
The little horned helmets. I like that he holds his beard like, oh my.
How fun is this?
They got the overalls and everything.
Yeah, like they look like they're getting ready to go down into the mines.
Well, like, their eyes look like jewels because, like, they don't blink.
Yeah.
They just kind of, like, stare into your soul.
Oh man, like that one time Luigi, you didn't like turn him around and he
What
was there for
happened
like
was
15
I was
minutes.
playing as the babies, so
Yeah,
Mario
on
and
the
Luigi
top
are dormant at the bottom. But Luigi was just like
He was just like
staring
staring
at us.
out into the ether, and I'm just like, buddy, turn around. And he just unblinkingly kept staring, and I'm like, can you stop? Like,
It's the Luigi death stare.
Luigi knows all my secrets now.
I'll have to show you, but in Mario Kart, after he like throws a shell or something, if you go into replay and slow down, see, I have it too. Luigi has like a just glare, like, yeah, I got you, you son of a bitch.
I like Luigi. He's so full of personality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Luigi is like a fan favorite. Because I was looking through a poll of like the top 10 most popular Mario characters. And Luigi, I think, was like number 4 or 3. Yoshi was number 1.
Wow.
Yoshi is like everyone's favorite Mario character.
I think I like Luigi better than Yoshi.
Okay. You've only seen Yoshi as a yarn, though.
No, we played the puzzle game.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I haven't seen him interact with Mario,
Gotcha.
but I know they ride him.
Mm-hmm. He's a
And
mount.
there were Yoshis in Partners in Time, too.
There were, that's right. See, Partners
like-
in Time is slowly turning into the next Child of Light.
Yeah, where we
To
just
where we
like
just forget
slowly
about some
forget that it
things.
happened.
Like, I
And
was
which is
playing
a
a
shame
song and I was
because,
just like, you remember this song? And you're just like, oh yeah, from Octopath Traveler. And I'm like, nope.
Well, in my defense, I can't do that even with like regular music.
You're not there yet.
Well, I can't like I said, even with regular music, people will be like, "Hey, what's this song?" And I'm like,
Oh, okay. I see what
Like
you're saying.
I'm very bad at knowing names just for everything, which is why anytime we do like a Pupcorn movies, I'm like, you know, that guy, he had like the face with the stuff. And like if you don't get it, I'm like, that's all I've got, buddy. I don't remember his name.
So that's what makes me have a stroke. You're just like, that guy with the face, and I'm like,
I mean, like
I'm
I just
starting to
don't.
malfunction because I'm just like, what the hell is she talking
I mean,
about?
I just don't remember their names, and then I don't know the actors' names, so I have to like describe what they look like. I'm like that with music too. I'm like, listen, I don't know the name of the artist, I don't know what band it is, but I know I like them, and I know I like multiple songs from them. But shit, if I know what it's called.
You'd be fun in the store. I heard this song. It starts da 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 da. I'm like, oh boy.
See,
You know what this is?
But that's the thing. I'm not the customer that goes in and immediately asks for help. I will wander for hours before I like go and ask for help, unless I am in an actual hurry.
You can't wander for hours in our store. The employees won't like you.
Oh, I know. We've tried. Before you started working there, we went just to like peruse and look and see what they had, and every 4 seconds, you guys need any help with anything?
Continue on our journey as planned.
You need any help? Still
Like,
good?
I try to go like 5 to 10 minutes. Like, I'll catch them right off the bat, and then I'll leave them alone.
But
for
see,
a
though, what
while.
5 to 10 minutes feels like for you is probably actually only 3 minutes in real time.
Probably. It probably doesn't help that, like, that's just for me. You got
Yeah.
other employees asking them.
I mean, like, it's not a big deal. I think that's the difference. Where I work, there's typically only 2 people on the floor, and 1 person stays at customer service.
Okay.
So, like, I will be the only one wandering around the floor. So the cashier might ask them when they come in, are you looking for anything specific? And they'll say no, but they need help, like, halfway through looking, and that's where I pop up, like, hey, are you good?
Got some here.
Wow, he wants 5,000 lucre for the Nitromyte. I don't got that.
You're
And I don't feel-
expensive, bro.
I don't feel like grinding for a while, so, nope.
And not an easy
3,000 lucre. Nope, still can't afford that.
I can give you a discount.
You want the shirt off my back, too?
Oh my god, I lost my shit.
It reminds me of the Monty Mole. Well, the Monty Moles were kind of the miners and dwarves in
Yeah.
Paper Mario.
Well, it's just funny because the whole time he's like 10,000, 10,000, and we're like, no, that's just way too much. Like, I can't justify it. And he goes, okay, 8,000. I'm like, see how far he'll go. Until finally he's like, what? Do you want the shirt off my back? And I'm like, okay, maybe we should buy it.
Get this thing off me for 2,000 gold coins. Yeah, all right.
Gone. What a mess.
But
Yeah, you can get a lot of money in Trials of Mana, but like not nearly as much as Paper Mario's economy.
see, I don't know because like I ended the game with like millions of lucre.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Without fuel, no Volcana.
I probably
Can't
won't.
stop.
But again, I was playing on easy as well.
Yeah.
And I was super stingy with what I was buying.
Besides,
And I
Okay.
never had more than 1 weapon at a time. If I bought a new weapon, I sold my old weapons.
Yeah, I usually do that too, because there's no point in just having it around.
Yeah.
That was something I learned, like, with newer RPGs. A lot of the older ones, I was just like, how the hell do you get money? And someone was finally like, sell your old weapons, dude. I was like, oh, shit, yeah. I forgot I even had these. Because, like, I just pull up, like, the item menu, pop the healing items, and it'd be on my way. I didn't go to equipment and be like, oh, yeah. I just equip because at the store, I'd be like, you bought this. Would you like to equip now? So I'd never really go to the equip menu.
Yeah.
I learned later on because it helped make hard RPGs actually tolerable. People would be like, well, I beat that game. I'm like, how the fuck do you beat it? It's impossible. They'd be like, what are you doing? So they'd watch me play, and it's just like, well, here's a problem. That's why I want to revisit games.
Did you get super mad, though, when you couldn't figure it out, and someone was like, oh, okay, and then they don't tell you? And you're just like, well, freaking tell me!
No, they told me. Find out what the problem was. Because, like, I understand what they're saying, because I speak gamer.
I'm twitching over here. Because when I'm playing and I'm struggling with something, you'll just come in and be like, oh, okay, I see, I understand.
I don't do that anymore.
I haven't played a game in eons.
Well, that too. Like, I'm not gonna be like, hey, in Pokemon Snap, you gotta...
But you'll just be like, oh yeah, I see. And then sit down and not say anything, and it just makes me so mad.
I only did that with Link's Awakening.
No, you've done it with multiple games. You did that in Castlevania too. Oh yeah, I see.
Circle of the Moon?
Care to share with the class?
Figure things out for yourself.
But you only help me when I'm in tears. Maybe little cactus.
Not true. If you'd be like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I'll be like, yeah, you're supposed to do this. But that's stupid. Okay.
That's because I am on the verge of tears. Because I'll try a few times in like a genuine way because it is like, okay, this is a part of the game, figure it out. And then like if I can't get it and I can't move on because I can't get it, then I start getting mad.
All right.
And I'll ask you at that point, hey, what am I supposed to do here? And I'm already at the point of anger. And you'll be like, oh, I see. You're almost there, you got it. And then I'm like, that's not what I asked. I asked what I'm supposed to do because I've been playing for 35 minutes in this area without you.
I need to be more of a Fi. I just have to. In Skyward Sword, Fi would be like, Master, there's an 80% chance that you need to bomb this rock. Master, there's a 60% chance that there's a monster attacking the ship. Meanwhile, there's tentacles protruding from the walls. It's like, you don't say!
Well, it's just because I think, like, you don't think about the amount of time I've spent without you sitting next to me. Like, if you're doing something and I'm playing a game, I've already been there for 35 minutes trying to figure it out before I ask for help. And then when I ask for help, you're like, no, you almost got it. And I'm like, you don't understand. I'm working on 40 minutes here of not being able to get it.
Well, I also realize that you don't have that aha!
Yeah.
I got it!
Well, because I don't have, like, I'm getting better.
You either do it and you're just like, cool, or you don't get it and you're just like, stupid.
Yeah.
There's no aha!
Yeah.
No, I got this.
I am getting better at figuring out game stuff, though, of, like, if it's shining, you probably have to go and get it. Whereas, like, before, I just don't have that capacity of, like, I should go here. Just like playing Ocarina of Time. And I'm like, well, I don't know where the sword is. And you're like, because you bowed out of the area that has the sword.
Yes.
And I'm like, that's all I need. I don't need you to specifically tell me where it is in that area. I just know, okay, well, I have to go back to that area then. So that's the type of help I need.
Okay.
Because I do need hand-holding because I'm dumb.
Then, like, I'll just, going forward, realize that you just need your handheld more, and I need to act more like a Fi. It might seem annoying, but, like, if it gets the point across, and then I can, like, take the training wheels off, so be it. But, like, if I get into the habit of being your Fi, maybe you'll catch on to, like, the reoccurring tips.
It's also because every single game franchise has a different way of telling you you need something.
Oh, definitely.
And I'm very bad at picking up on that.
Okay.
Where it's like, for Trials of Mana, it will shine. It, like, shimmers. And that's when you're like, oh, I have to go and get that.
Yep.
But it doesn't do that in all the games.
No.
Not everything is shiny.
I mean, in the older games, they couldn't shine anything.
Yeah.
Like for like NES and Atari and stuff, like what are you shining? It's just, oh, this is a thing that looks different. What is it?
Yeah, whereas to me,
Does
I'm
it
like,
help you or
okay, I
does it
guess
hurt
that's
you?
part of the background. See, I don't like that either. I don't know if it helps me or hurts me. So it's just like, I'm very, very stingy with my life points because I am bad.
That's the entire purpose of mimics, though. They're monsters that disguise themselves as treasure chests. To be like, oh, how greedy are you? Nope, it's a giant chest with sharp teeth.
Well, it's more like in World of Illusions and like this sweet treats level
Yeah.
where you have the holly berry and everything else that you jump on and that you can like take is good for you, but the holly berry is not good for you. So you have to figure that out by actually touching it and seeing what
Yes.
happens. Whereas like I am stingy with life points because I only have a few at any given moment.
Okay.
And if I die, I have to start all the way back over again.
Correct.
So I don't like that I have to touch it to figure it out. Because that means chances are that one time that I have to touch it to figure it out, I'ma die and have to start over again.
Speaking of die,
Bye, Kevin.
Kevin succumbed to poison.
It's all that chocolate he's been eating.
I'm on the job.
All right, Charlotte, heal our puppy.
Heal our puppy! Kevin's like, hey, healing white.
Allow me.
There we go. But okay. Now having these conversations helps me realize just like where you're at, and it's just like, okay, that's how I approach this.
Well, because it's like,
Because like I'm
the way
very
that
cryptic. I'm like an NES
you
game.
are extremely cryptic, and then you'll be like, do you know my favorite game? And I'm like, no, because you don't tell me shit!
I said that one goddamn time and I let it go.
You've gotten so much better with being less stingy with information.
I know. Like, I don't want to pour out, like, why I dislike Kingdom Hearts, but I'll be cryptic right now and be like, I don't really like where it's going. Like, they lost the point of the story and they have to over-explain everything. Well, you see, the reason this happened in Kingdom Hearts 1 was actually this scene that you didn't know about that we're going to show you now. That has no fucking purpose other than to explain that little plot hole that we had in the first game. Fuck you.
Yeah. Well, because the way that I explain gaming to me, for you, is like, imagine you're drawing a picture and you just can't get something right. And you just keep erasing and trying again and erase it and try again. And you're super frustrated until you finally go, hey, what am I doing wrong? And then I look at the picture and go, oh, yeah, I see. Don't worry, you'll get it. Like, how pissed off would you be? You'd be pretty mad.
Yeah, I'd be pretty annoyed.
So, and it's like, that's the
Or like when I
equivalent.
ask for your advice on a serious issue and you go, that's up to you, baby cakes. Like, no shit! Otherwise I wouldn't have asked you for... Ah! So yeah, I've been in that boat before. Or I'll be like, hey, I need genuine advice about this adult thing that I'm about to do. That's up to you, baby cakes. No shit! I just like a little bit of information. I mean, yeah.
So you felt the struggle.
So you felt this way, and you still kept going.
I know.
That's what you're right.
I feel like I just sipped my coffee like Kermit, but that's none of my business.
That's none of my business. Yep. That old pitcher of tea. I actually put that little bit in that quest adventure at the bar. The characters sipping, so he's talking about like some gossip, and he's just like, but that's none of my business. That was the reference there.
I saw a meme this morning that says swapping out your coffee for green tea in the morning gives you an 87% chance of losing the rest of your happiness.
Oh,
for the
really?
day.
Wow.
Because I looked at it while I was making my coffee. I was like, yeah, I should probably be a bit healthier and, you know, not have so much coffee every day.
Right.
And then I saw that meme and I was like, no, I think I will.
No, you need coffee. That's why this morning it's just like, should we do commentary or make coffee? And I'm just like, make the coffee, my dear, please.
I mean, I've gotten better. I've like lowered it down to like 1, maybe 2 cups.
Really?
Of like normal sized cups too,
Okay.
not even like the big cups.
Okay. I haven't even noticed.
Because it is something I'm trying to be cautious about because, like, anxiety-wise, caffeine, like, exacerbates anxiety.
True.
And I am just naturally a very anxious person, so trying to cut down on the caffeine so that I don't feel as anxious. But then I'm also half dead.
All right,
Where'd this
nah,
hole
you make
come
your point.
from?
This little
I
guy's just
got
looking
a
around.
bad feeling.
He's got a
about
bad
this.
feeling about this.
See, like, watching it without sound on is really funny because it just, like,
You
makes
hear
me
that?
think of other things completely unrelated.
I ain't gonna stay
Oh, of
Like,
course.
he's looking up, and again, I just had that flashback of my mom. It's not on the fucking ceiling!
Uh-oh. Got a long, sticky tongue. Now, this is an interesting boss because, and ruined.
Ladle.
The magic conch has summoned me! But no, this is the Jewel Eater, which basically is a monster version of the Anteater. But instead of eating ants, it eats jewels.
No.
Dug up by the... Hang on. Dug up by the dwarves and all that. Because when I saw this on the Super Nintendo, I thought it was just a giant mole.
Okay.
Because it would like dig through the holes and appear all over the area. I was just like, oh cool, big
Well, I
old
feel
mole
like
boss.
this is one of those situations where, like, his backstory, like this particular boss's backstory, doesn't really come into play.
Yeah.
So we just see him for, like, what he is. Look at his tongue hanging out.
Yep. But it's one of those instances where it's just like, oh, I like when like unusual animals are used as bosses or enemies.
Yeah.
Because, like I said in the Making Games series, I like to use more monsters than I have. Like, there's going to be common monsters. I always fall back to, like, golems and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But every once in a while, I like to have something that the previous ones didn't have. Like a locust.
Yeah. I just really hate locusts. There was one on the bathroom window and I almost died.
Ugh.
I'm on the job.
I think, too, it's just like, so often we just see such common... She just slapped the butt?
Yes.
Oh my god, I remember getting so mad. Little boys used to do that in elementary school.
Oh.
To just like,
Taunt.
yeah.
Okay.
And it used to make me so mad. I would trip on this playground.
Because you're a bully.
No, I wasn't the bully.
I got 40 seconds to beat this guy, and then I get my EXP bonus. So I kind of gave myself a time crunch. I'm gonna get so much EXP if I make it happen. Come on, these days. We're gonna do it. Fucking Charlotte just did a fucking body slam. God in heaven. See, I can't be mad at her. Speech impediment be damned.
See, that's kind of what I was afraid of, that we would see her like in action and just like her.
Yeah.
And I'm just annoyed by her speech impediment.
God in heaven, this guy's having a fucking tantrum. Damn. We're almost there. 9, 8, 7. Go for it, Charlotte. We did it.
We did it!
We got the bonus.
But yeah, I think this is what I was saying before we stopped. So often we see like the common enemies, you know, in these games where it's interesting to see like dogs,
Yes.
anteater, you know, like things that actually exist in real life. It's not always like, oh, you're fighting a vampire or oh, you're
Right.
fighting a wizard. It's like, yeah, that's an anteater. But then we watch like Most Dangerous Animals in like Latin America, and anteater is one of them. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh shit, like these things are no joke. I mean, they can kill you.
Yeah, these developers didn't just grab something out of a hat. They said, oh, this act can actually kill you.
Yeah.
Let's have a killer adventures.
So like it is very interesting to see when like live things that exist in the real world are implemented in these fantasy worlds because they are genuinely dangerous in real life.
Well, from watching like dangerous animals in Latin America and Asia, I've learned that every species has a way to defend itself.
Oh yeah.
Every single one where like if push comes to shove, it will become a danger.
Well, I mean, even plants are like that.
Yes.
You know, onions smell and make you cry because that is their defense mechanism from being eaten. You know, you take a bite of an onion and you're like, oh God, what is that? And then the onion is like, you know? Even the artichokes, like they have those pointy edges. I cut myself so many times on those goddamn artichokes
I'll
trying
bet.
to like butter them and wrap them up because I didn't know you're supposed to snip the pointy parts off.
Ah! Whoops. Probably should have led with that.
So, yeah, like even vegetables have ways to defend themselves. But it is very interesting to see these animals where they're like, typically this animal is a very docile creature, but when in the presence of danger. And then it's just like, it's gonna kill you! Like,
Because, like,
because that's the way anteaters are. They're very, very passive creatures, but they're also almost 100% blind. So if
Yes.
they feel like they're in danger, they will just freak the fuck out because
go after
they
you with their
can't
big-ass
see
claws.
you.
due
So,
to the poor eyesight. But yeah, so growing up when you play a game, it'd be like, oh, penguins, why are they
because
enemies?
penguins are
Because they can be
mean.
aggressive.
Yeah, penguins are mean. Like, we see them at the zoo, and they're fun, and they're friendly, and they're just, like, flapping around. But in reality, they are mean.
They can be mean, exactly.
It's the same with otters and seals. Like, they're just... They are wild animals, and they can be aggressive.
So, we've got Gnome now, so that's 2 elemental spirits. Now, let's get some of that Nitromyte so that we could head back to Bon Voyage.
You know, I'm sorry for being.
And there we go. Because we saved him from the Jewel Eater, we got a Nitromyte for free.
Ooh.
Nitromyte on the house.
See, when you deny prices
Yeah.
and save their life from giant territorial monsters,
I wonder if that works in real life.
you get it from free. Well, we need a giant territorial monster.
Right back to the
We need
I
to
mean,
utilize
Luna.
those.
tunnel with
Giant,
this
not
magic
fluffy
She's so
and
funny.
pouchy.
Oh my god, she's so cute.
You all take
Her
care
little
now.
primordial pouch is just
Give my
a bit bigger
regards
than
to
most
God.
primordial pouches.
I still can't get over her look when she's just lying there. I'm just like, oh, do you forgive me? And she just goes,
She like pops her little eyes open like, say bet. She's funny. She is a funny cat.
both of your cats are funny. The
Oh,
other one's
God.
pathetic, but
She makes me feel so bad. Like,
Milo cracks me up in
See-
ways I didn't even know an animal could crack
see,
you
it's
up.
funny because I know my grandparents don't watch YouTube
Mm-hmm.
at all, so I can like say it out here. They have a lot of cats already.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they live in like a smaller apartment. They downsized from a giant house to a small apartment, so they like took all their cats with them.
Okay.
And we were talking about like my one cat who hates everyone, and I just like don't know what to do anymore. Like I've tried everything to get her to warm up to us, and like
Yeah.
she just doesn't like me. She likes you, but she just doesn't like me.
Yeah, she'll actually come
I think
out when
I
you
think
go
I
to work.
think I try too hard. But we
a thing.
were talking about just putting her in the carrier and
Mm-hmm.
like going to visit my grandparents and just releasing her into their apartment and not telling them because they'd never know because they
Yeah,
already
wouldn't know.
have
They already have like
so many
12
cats. So and a dog. So like they
And
would
a
just
dog.
never know. She would just hide and then eat in the darkness of night. They
Mm-hmm.
would never know. And I just think that's a really funny way
Yeah.
to pass along a cat.
I mean, you find it cruel, but like it's not cruel compared to like letting it outside.
Yeah.
or
I find it cruel
turning it
just
into a
because,
shelter.
like,
Don't do that.
she has only ever known this house, but she's still terrified of everything in this house. So, like, and I do, like, take my responsibility. I've taken everything away from her, but we'll get to that in the next part.
There we go. All right. See you then.
Toodles!